Let's just start with an opening statement, please.
Yeah, I mean, proud of the way the kids fought and competed. I mean, a heck of another ball game and effort by the kids throughout. You know, these games always come down to one possession, and you never know which play is going to be the determining factor. And in all three phases, we did enough. You know, obviously there's things that we need to clean up, and it starts with some coaching and some personnel things, and make sure that we're controlling things the right way, so we're giving our kids the best chance to be successful. But at the end of the day, we found a way to win. You know, and made the necessary plays to get the job done and to keep our postseason hopes alive and to send the seniors out the right way, which was our goal coming into today. So, you know, we'll take it, we'll run, and now we'll rest fast and turn around on the short week and get rolling here for a very talented Eastern Michigan team.
Open up for questions, guys.
Dustin, a lot of people thought you guys were done after your loss at Toledo. I mean, what's it like over these last two very exciting wins to keep your goal hopes alive?
I mean, it's been a cool experience to really know we're playing for something more than just kind of like pride and things like that. To really have something to strive for and keeping your goals alive has been really cool and things like that. But I think that's just kind of the mentality of a lot of the guys on the team is just to keep going no matter what adversity or whatever shows, really.
Dustin, we want to talk about what was clicking on offense today, what you guys were seeing.
Yeah, I mean, we were just trying to take advantage of matchups and things like that and give guys chances to make plays, which, I mean, they did and did a really good job, which worked out for us.
Can you talk about that 3rd and 11 play where you had pressure in your face in the last drive there? You just kind of threw it up to Mike?
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job getting pressure on us on that one. I kind of felt it closing in on me. Obviously, knowing the situation, things like that, and having trust in Mike, I just wanted to give him a chance to make a play, and he did for me there, so that was awesome.
What was going through your mind on that play?
So when I seen him pressing me, so I was going to take him no matter what. And then I seen the ball in the air. It was short. And I was like, I got to make a play on this. So I just came back through and made the play. And I was just happy I came down with it.
Mike, as a senior, I mean, and what you guys have been through, I mean, you personally have had some ups and downs this year. To make that play in that situation, how does that make you feel?
I just feel like knowing my quarterback trusts me on that play, giving me a chance, which it just meant a lot. And then I just knew I just had to make the play for the team and to keep that drive alive. Because if we didn't, it would have been bad. So I just know I had to do what I had to do.
What was it like, you know, celebrating with the seniors after that game? Probably still going to do some more.
Yeah, they still celebrating. Just knowing a good dub on senior night or senior day. It's been rough here the past couple years, as you know, but today was a good win, and we went out the right way.
Talk about your progress throughout the year, Mike, and kind of you've had some downs this season, so talk about this season and kind of what a great game you had today.
Didn't play the first couple games, came back. I just had to work harder. And then coach giving me chances and then just making plays when my number is called. And then, like, all I can do is just make plays when my number is called. Got to perform for the family when it's needed.
Specifically, though, I mean, like, in those 2 of the 3 one-possession losses, you had some drops. And then last week against Buffalo, you have the touchdown to tie the game. And then today you have that huge play. I mean, what's that been like for you?
Like, my receiver coach, he always says, like, if you drop a ball, just hit the reset button. So every time, if I did drop a ball, I just reset button. And then knowing the ball is going to come back to me again, it's going to find me. So when it does, just make the play.
Coach, when you look at a lot of good numbers here, but just talk about Dustin first of all, and the guy that you kind of stuck your neck out a little bit early in the season to get him in there. Just talk about how that's paying out.
I mean, his daily process and the way that he's handled everything since we've been here. I mean, both these guys, from their stories and, you know, Crum, I guess, going all the way back and initially, you know, kind of not winning the job and staying the course and having some real grit for the love and the passion of Kent State and for his teammates and seeing it all the way through and improving. And when he got the opportunity to maximize that and run with it, it doesn't surprise me at all. And then, you know, kind of same thing with Mike, like we talked about last week, to where we believe in these kids, you know, and I think too often, you know, people are afraid of failure and they're afraid to bounce back. And both these guys, they fail on a daily basis, and I say that in a very positive way. Like they both know that if they're not pushing and they're not working and they're not kind of in that outside their comfort zone to get better, where both these guys like to live the way true alphas do in our program, you know, that's where they're improving, that's where they're growing, and that's why they're able to be up here on this stage and where they perform when the family needs them to in critical situations. But, you know, it's through their daily process that isn't seen, you know, Sunday through Friday or whenever the game falls because of our action schedule and everything, the way they just consistently go about their business, that, you know, regardless of what the results are, I know that they go about their process the right way. And in the long term, when you look back at it, that Mike's a very good, you know, productive football player. And when the critical situations call for it, we're going to go to him. And Crum, you know, game in and game out, is going to make consistently good decisions. And he knows what the good calculated shots are versus the high-risk throws. Takes care of the football, has a clean stat line again, you know, and you can win football games consistently doing that. So proud of both these kids, proud of the whole team, and the growth that they've shown through the course of the past month here.
Coach, what's it like to win a game when you know your rushing defense has kind of struggled all season, but they have 59 runs for over 300 yards?
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously it wasn't pretty in all facets, but at the end of the day, we found a way to win, and that's the most important thing. You know, when we needed stops, we got stops, and we were able to dictate some things in all three phases, which was good. You know, and again, we kind of talked about this a little bit, you know, earlier in the year when we found a way to win against Kennesaw State, right? Like, that's what good teams do. Even though when they don't play their best ball, they find a way to win. And obviously we can be better in certain areas, offensively, special teams, defensively, across the board. Coaches, right? I mean, one of our very first punts, we go out there with 10 and we get a penalty. That's on us as coaches. So there's areas where we can be better, and we're always striving for perfection. But at the end of the day, I ain't going to nitpick today. We found a way to win. We scored one more point than them, you know, and again, our bowl hopes are still alive. And the opportunity to create more time selfishly to be around this senior class that I feel so strongly about, like, that's all that matters right now. And we'll clean up the tape and we'll go forward and we'll make those corrections, but all that's for tomorrow.
Dustin, you found Isaiah for 3 touchdowns. How'd you get the ball to him so efficiently?
With Zay, the way he can run, create separation, and things like that. I mean, I can think of very few times where I've ever overthrown Zay. So with him, you just got to really put it out there and let him run underneath it, because the longer it goes, he's gonna separate from the corner. I mean, so that's just really, when you're throwing to Zay, that's what goes through my head, is just really let him run underneath the ball, because he'll go get it. And he did a really good job of that today.
Dustin, today's win, like
Yeah.
Buffalo's, was another game where you guys had a deficit and you were able to come back. How would you say your game managing ability has improved over the course of the season coming back in terms of game managing and deficits?
I would say that's just something where you can't really change your mindset depending on where things are going in the game. I mean, if you jump out to an early 7 or 14-0 lead, you just have to keep doing your job. If you get down 7-14, whatever the case is, you kind of just have to go about your business the same way. So, I mean, that's just something that I focus on, and I think that as an offense and as a team, we try to just do things the same way no matter what the situation is, really. So that's just kind of our mentality for that.
Dustin, I mean, in the previous years when you played, the deep ball wasn't a huge part of what you did, and all of a sudden this year you completed a ton of them. What's happening?
I mean, I would say my freshman year that really our offense was a little different, so it wasn't really a big focus or something we did as much. But just work in with these guys, Mike, Isaiah, all of them, KP. Just time spent in the summer and the off season, just constantly throwing. These guys running their butts off all summer long, and just getting the timing down, things like that. That's just really just time invested, and it just shows during game day.
Where does he rank in quarterbacks as far as being able to throw the deep ball?
I mean, he's up there. He's really efficient at what he does. One of the things that he really excels with is, again, just his decision making. You know, and there's some very routine plays that he makes where again, he makes us look like really good coaches. Again, all these guys. You know, I mean, we're very fortunate to have such exceptional players that we inherited by coming here, which is one of the things that I was excited about when we showed up. The guys that showed up and made plays are guys that, you know, there are guys that we chose to come and coach. And Crum does a great job with the way he executes, the way that these guys work in the off season, you know, and it's only going to continue to get better and better and better because of the time that they put in. Just like Crum said, you know, I mean, it's everyone sees game day, everyone sees the product, you know, and these 12 opportunities that count the most, but the work that's invested year round to show up and perform when it is 3rd and 11 and to make those plays. You can tell the trust and the love between these two guys that, hey, I got you. That's a good calculated shot. I'm going to throw it to you. Nothing bad's going to happen. I got you. I'm going to go back through a defender. I'm going to make the play. You know, and that that speaks volumes, you know, and then the young guys in the family are going to see that, and the culture builds off of it, and we find ways to win, and that is, you know, flash fast football, you know, and that's the change that these guys have led, and it'll continue to get better and better and better. You know, I'm really proud of all the work that these guys have put in.
Coach, we want to talk about that more. 5 wins, most since 2012 in the program, so talk about the process and how you see it working.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the past 2 weeks are the biggest pieces of evidence that we can point to, you know, to where these kids in our program's been hardened because of the one possession losses that we had. And a lot of people viewed those as negatives, but they were great lessons to learn from. And the kids have done a great job just staying the course and respecting the process and holding all those lessons in high regard. So now you get in those situations again, and they have trust, they have faith, they have belief. At no point in time, you know, was the sideline ever down, the energy ever left the building, so to speak, and we're going to find a way. You know, and that's what, again, good teams do, what good programs do. So excited about the direction that we're headed because of the work that these kids put in. You know, and that's why, obviously, we want to create that more time, again, for the bowl. But selfishly, I want more time to develop our kids. We get to steal a little bit extra spring practice by doing that, and that'll help us close the gap so that we can play for bigger and better things in the future.
Mike, it's your senior day. We're here, and in your past seasons, you've seen some 2-win seasons. You got number 5 today. You're 1 away from being bowl eligible with 1 to go. How have you experienced the culture change here?
I feel like it all started last week with that big win we had. Like, ever since then, like, the energy in the locker room, on the field, at practice just changed. And, like, the seniors, we all knew what was at stake for the first time here in a while. And we just brought the young cats along, and I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
Next time for ball, one more question, gentlemen.
Just find a way has been said, I don't know how many times, how does it happen? The find a way has been the other way for a long time here, and all of a sudden things are falling into place.
I think it's just belief, you know. Ultimately, these kids believe in each other. They've invested a lot of time and work, and it's kind of one of those things when we showed up, right, like to where we asked them to do a lot of things that they hadn't done before, and to finally start getting kind of the reward on that investment is huge, you know. And now kids, because of that, the guys in the program have really doubled down the efforts, and because of the resiliency and because of really the past failures and even the failures that were experienced prior to our arrival, like, that's made these guys really, really resilient, you know, to where Mike's handled some personal adversity and he's handled it the right way. He didn't sulk, he didn't mope. In those first 2 weeks, he went about his business the right way, and then when he got back up and was rolling, he was rolling and he was good. And he had some personal adversity because he had the ball in his hands in some critical situations. We were talking about one, you know, in our Friday skill meeting, and it was like he openly accepts the coaching and he openly takes ownership of those responsibilities so that when the stage comes again, he's ready, he's learned that lesson, and because he's failed in the past, he's learned the lesson, he's adjusted accordingly, and he makes the play now in the present. And again, I think that's something that is lost in today's society and with today's kids. Hey, things get hard, and I don't want to do this anymore. And these guys, things get hard, and they're like, hey, let's double down. We're going to get hard, and we're going to have real grit because of it. They got a passion for one another. And again, like, I know they're going to go out and they're going to have good, clean American fun tonight, and that's going to be great, and that's what they need to do. And then tomorrow we're going to come back, and we're going to go back to work. And as good as today is and as good as last week was, all that don't matter unless we go handle business next week. Like, that's just the reality of it. And we're open and we're honest about that with our kids. We don't sugarcoat it. And people may think we're crazy because of that. But I think our guys have a true sense of respect for our coaching staff and the way we go about it. And I got great love and respect for all the guys in our locker room that have bought in and believed, again, especially the seniors. You know, I can't say enough about them, man. You asked me kind of earlier in the week about what they meant to me. And shoot, they mean everything to me. And to get this win and to find a way, because that's what guys do, regardless of circumstance, right? You show up, you get the job done, and you get it done in the way that you're asked to do it, regardless. Because at some point in time, Mike's going to have a family, and he's going to need to go to work. He's going to have a newborn. He probably ain't going to sleep. So what now what? Go provide for your family. And that's what this game teaches. And that's the beauty of it. That's why football matters. And that's why great things are happening here at Kent State. And really, really proud of our kids and really, really excited about what we're building, where we're going. We got to go get one more next week against a really, really good Eastern Michigan team that's been resting since Tuesday. So no one cares about that. So what, now what? Let's go find a way.
What would a bowl game appearance mean to the future of this program, Coach?
First and foremost, it means everything to the seniors that have been through a lot here. And I want it to be, I've told these kids numerous times that a bowl game will be a reward for a great season for them. And none of them have been there. And, we kind of talked about that last Sunday as we were going forward, or whatever day was Sunday for us last week. But again, I want our kids, our seniors who have endured so much, to be able to experience that, because that's what a bowl is. It's a reward to the kids for a job well done. And these kids have done a great job. There's still a little bit more to finish, and obviously the people who select all that postseason stuff are taking notice of what a great football team we have and what a culture we've changed, and these kids have changed, and the direction that we're going, and how attractive that will be, to their bowl games and to their audiences and to college football, so that we can be a part of it. But we got to go handle our business next week, and so we don't want to, count our chickens before the eggs hatch. But we've obviously positioned ourselves accordingly, and it's something that, again, we haven't shied away from, and we want to go accomplish that task, because that's why we do this.
All right, guys, thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.